Guys, it's Katie with Begging for Balance Dog Training. I wanted to make a video to explain to you guys exactly how I'll be working with your dog if you choose a board and train program. So most all the dogs come through our program, they have the same basic foundation training, which means sit, down, place, recall, and heel. And they're going to learn kennel up, or how to be calm in their crate. And they're going to learn threshold, just waiting at doorways as we walk through, and waiting for food. We do that with all the dogs, regardless of what behavior problems they have. We're going to teach them that basic stuff and then work on the problems from there. Some board and trains will only be 2 weeks, and some will be maybe up to 5 weeks or even longer if we determine your dog really needs more help. So the way that I go about teaching all the foundation commands is basically the same with all the dogs. We might take a little different approach if I feel like something needs to be adjusted, but for the most part we teach the dogs the basic obedience commands using prong collar pressure. So we guide them into position, whatever command it is, using prong pressure, and then as soon as they get into that position, then we release the pressure of the prong. So we're going to work on foundation work for about 3 days of prong foundation. We teach all those basic commands using the prong collar pressure. Then once the dog understands that, we introduce e-collar pressure. So there are 3 phases of e-collar training. There's the teaching phase, which we do everything with the lowest level that your dog can possibly feel. And we just layer that pressure on top of the prong pressure that they already know, guide them into command, and then release the e-collar and prong collar pressure. Then over the next few days, we move into the prompting phase of e-collar, which basically means the stem is applied for just a second when we say the command. So I'll say sit, and there's a little pressure and release of the e-collar stem. And at the same time, we're moving away from any prong collar pressure and just starting to move up into off-leash work. And then finally, once your dog has done hundreds and hundreds of repetitions of the command, and they know 100%, I'm sure that they know what I mean when I say each command, then we have to hold them accountable. So they move to the correction phase of e-collar training, which basically means a slightly higher level. So it's not the lowest pressure that they can possibly feel. It's going to be a slightly higher stem. And we're only going to press the e-collar stem if they are not complying with the commands. And that's going to be the same thing that you do after you bring your dog home from board and train. You're going to need to continue to hold them accountable to all the commands after they know it. So that's how we teach it. Once the dogs know most of the foundation work, we can start working on some of the behavior problems that they have. So one of the other things is every board and train, you get a consultation at the beginning. We talk about what issues your dog might have. And then you're going to get 2 go-home sessions. During those 2 go-home sessions, one, we do the inside work with you. We show you how to recall your dog to place and how to work on all the in-the-house stuff. And then during the second go-home session, we're going to work on the outdoor stuff. We're going to work on heel, and we'll work on some off-leash recall. That's how we do a board and train, and I hope that explains things.